Today I want to take you through a pretty simple project of using laser engraving / cutter, 3D printing, and resin. Let's have some fun. So here I'm in Lightburn, and you can see that I've got two different layers. They're both cuts, but I want to do it in a specific order so that the cut of the outline of the square itself doesn't jostle enough to mess up the letters. So that's why I have two different layers with the same speed and the same power in order to get this cut by having that specific order, so the letters get cut out first, then the outline. And here's something I always like to do. I like to preview before I cut, so then you can see it's doing the letters first, and then it does the outline. So I just double check everything that it's ready to go. And then all that's left is to start the cut. And then all that's left is to watch it happen. I've sped this up a lot, obviously, but I believe this is 6mm MDF, but I am not a wood guy in any way, shape, or form. But cut pretty clean, and a little bit of work getting the letters out, but at the end of the day, looks pretty good and ready for the next step. So I'm back in Lightburn, and I just remove the Be Kind letters, and time to just do an outline by itself. Pretty easy. Keep it nice and simple. Back to the MDF. Simple cut. No big deal. Doesn't get any easier than a rectangle, but again, comes out nice and clean. Easy. And then for this project, I just sprayed the front side with black and the back side with white. And now it's time for some 3D printing. And here I'm in the bamboo slicer for the Bamboo Carbon X1. And I made a simple little frame, two-piece frame for this project. Not much to it, just the front side has a little bit of an overlap, and I do 15% infill, no big deal. But I do the fuzzy skin option because I like that. I think it'll look kind of cool as kind of like a desk art piece. But you don't get much simpler than this design, and it's really just going to be a pressure fit. If I need to glue it, I will, but I don't think I'll have to. So. And after a little bit, then here's the carbon, and don't mind the poop on the bottom. Don't judge me. Take it over, pop it off, ready for the next step of assembly, essentially. All right, so now it's time to put it together. I'm going to take the front piece, and again, it's very, very tight tolerances, so it'll just take a little bit of work and get it in there, and it'll hold pretty firm. And then I painted that white background because I want the resin. I want to make sure the resin pops. I wasn't sure what would happen with the dark color. So there's what it looks like from the front, and then the little back piece. Again, just kind of pressure fit. If I need to glue it, I can, but for what it is, pretty easy. Nothing really to worry about on this piece. Now on to the epoxy, and I am not an epoxy resin expert by any means, but just got this from Hobby Lobby, little fluorescent yellow coloring, and that little squirt bottle at the top is really the key to this project, in my opinion. So as with most epoxy, if not all, it's a 1-to-1, and need to mix it up. Don't have a fancy scale or anything like that. Just kind of eyeball it and call it good. Try to keep it as simple as I can. This isn't structurally a sound thing or anything like that. It's just kind of an art piece, fun desk thing. So mix it up, put a little yellow in there, mix it up nice and thorough. And again, you don't need a whole lot for something this small, so keep it simple. And essentially a little poor man's funnel to stick it in this little syringe thing that I got off of Amazon. And here's the hardest part, is a steady hand, because I don't want to take a chance of getting the yellow resin on top of the black. That'd be a nightmare to clean up. So just have to be fairly careful and keep the needle down low and fill it up slowly. It's good to have a level surface in this case for sure, because that makes it much easier to make sure you're getting the whole thing full and level and even. Not hard by any means, but you definitely want to be careful. So And here's the final product. It's nothing complex by any means, but I just wanted to show what you can do with a laser cutter, 3D printer, and some resin. Something simple, but you can really think about what this could be, making all kinds of intricate designs. So one thing I didn't do that I needed to is use a lighter to get rid of any bubbles before the resin sets. In this case, it actually wasn't a problem, but I would always recommend doing that. So again, if you have any ideas, tips, comments, please leave them down below. Thank you. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.